Ever grabbed a frozen dinner thinking it would taste just like the picture on the box and ended up staring at a sad, soggy version of what you imagined? You're not alone. Canadians spend hundreds on frozen meals every year, hoping for convenience and flavor. But too often, marketing photos lie. The chicken looks golden, the pasta looks fresh, and what actually lands in your microwave tray is something you might politely call edible. Today, we're putting 9 frozen dinners in Canada under the microscope, ranking them from absolute worst to surprisingly best. Some of these placements will shock you. Meals you thought were safe bets are total disasters, and some hidden gems might just save your dinner plans. So before you toss another dollar into the frozen aisle gamble, smash that subscribe button, because we're about to save you from some seriously disappointing meals. Number 9. Stouffer's Frozen Meals. Here's the thing, Stouffer's used to be the gold standard. You'd walk into any Canadian grocery store, see that red box, and think, yeah, I'm getting a real meal tonight. But somewhere along the way, something changed, and not for the better. It's like opening a familiar book, only to find the ending changed for the worse. The pasta, soggy, the sauces, bland. Everything that used to make Stouffer's feel like comfort food has been dialed back, and what's left is a shell of what it once was. And get this, the packaging has been reduced, but the price, that stayed the same. So you're paying the same amount for less food, and that food isn't even as good as it used to be. That's not value. That's just frustrating. If you don't believe me, check out Trustpilot. Stouffer's averages around 2 out of 5 stars. 2. Multiple Canadian Reddit threads are filled with people sharing the same story. They grabbed a Stouffer's meal out of nostalgia, heated it up, and immediately regretted. Bottom line, nostalgia can't save this frozen classic. It's time to move on. If you think number 9 is rough, wait until you see what's coming. Number 8. Number 8. President's Choice. Beef stroganoff. President's Choice is a Canadian staple. We trust the brand. We've grown up with, but their beef stroganoff, that's where the trust ends. This meal tastes like the memory of a meal, not an actual. The gravy is watery, the noodles are limp, and the seasoning is so bland you'd think they forgot to add it. And those meat chunks? Minimal. You're searching through the tray like you're on a treasure hunt, except the treasure is disappointingly small. The packaging promises a hearty portion, something that'll fill you up and satisfy you. The reality? Underwhelming doesn't even begin to cover it. Reddit users often call this the worst PC frozen meal, and honestly, I can't argue with them. President's Choice has some solid products, but this beef stroganoff isn't one of them. The brand recognition can't disguise a dull dish, but that's nothing compared to our next frozen dinner. Number 7. Hungry Man Frozen Dinners. Hungry Man is half nostalgia, half disappointment, and that's being generous. The selling point here is the portion size. It's big. You open the box, you see the tray, and you think, all right, this is going to fill me up. And it will. But at what cost? The texture is soggy. The flavor is mediocre at best. Some meals are oversalted, others are unevenly cooked, and none of them taste like something you'd actually want to eat. They're budget-friendly, sure, but you're sacrificing taste for that low price. And that's a trade-off that doesn't pay off. ChickAdvisor reviews frequently mention texture issues, and once you try a Hungry Man meal, you'll understand why. It's a big plate with a small payoff. The real kicker is that you could find other frozen meals at a similar price point that actually taste good. Hungry Man is stuck in the past, and it shows. If this is already saving you from a bad meal, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's next. Number 6 may surprise you. It's fresher than you expect. Number 6, Crave Frozen Meals. Crave is microwave roulette. You might get lucky, or you might not. It's a gamble every single time you heat one up. Here's the thing. Some flavors are actually good. The buffalo chicken macaroni, that gets high marks. People love it. But then you try another flavor, and it's bland, under-seasoned, and disappointing. The inconsistency is wild. And the portion sizes, they vary. One meal feels generous. The next feels like you're eating an appetizer. You never really know what you're going to get. Reddit users are split on Crave. Opinions are highly polarizing. Some people swear by it. Others say it's a waste of money. That unpredictability is why it's landing at number 6. When a frozen meal is good, it should be consistently good. Crave hasn't figured that out yet. Bottom line, some hits, some misses. It's a gamble, and that's not what you want when you're hungry and just need something reliable. Next up, a Canadian classic that tries hard but still falls short. Number 5, President's Choice Butter Chicken. Now, before you come at me in the comments, let me say this. The sauce is delicious. President's Choice Butter Chicken has a sauce that actually tastes like butter chicken. It's flavorful, it's rich, and if the sauce was the only thing that mattered, this meal would be way higher on the list. But here's the problem. It's more sauce than substance. It's like soup with chicken's autograph. You're getting a tiny amount of protein, and the rice is often dry or unevenly cooked, so you've got this amazing sauce, but nothing substantial to go with it. Multiple Canadian shoppers praise the flavor but criticize the meat ratio, and they're right to do so. If you're eating this meal and you're still hungry afterward, that's a problem. A frozen dinner should satisfy you, not leave you scrounging for snacks 10 minutes later. And get this, it's popular. A lot of people buy it, but popularity doesn't equal quality. And in this case, the execution is lacking. The flavor is good, but that's not enough to make this a top-tier frozen dinner. At number 4, we find a meal that's surprisingly decent. Number 4, Factor Meals, frozen delivery. Factor meals are fresh meals you forgot you froze, and that's actually a compliment. Factor is a meal delivery service, and while their meals are meant to be fresh, you can freeze them and they still taste great. That's impressive. Most frozen dinners lose something in the freezing process, but Factor maintains that fresh taste even after being frozen and reheated. They've got a wide variety of flavors, way more than what you'd find in a standard grocery store frozen aisle. And the ingredients? Higher quality. You're not getting mystery meat or overly processed vegetables. You're getting real food. Trustpilot reviews average 4 out of 5 stars for taste and variety, and that speaks volumes. People actually enjoy these meals, and that's rare in the frozen dinner world. The downside? Factor is more expensive than your typical grocery store frozen meal, but you're paying for quality. And in this case, you're actually getting what you pay for. And if you're finding this ranking useful, hit the like button. It really helps the channel cut through the noise. Bottom line, Factor meals are a solid step up in flavor and quality. If you're willing to spend a little extra, they're worth it. Number 3 may look simple, but don't underestimate it. Number 3, Irresistible's Frozen Dinners, Metro brand. Irresistible's is the bargain bin chef with good intentions. And honestly, it works. This is an affordable Canadian-made option that doesn't try to be fancy. It knows what it is, and it delivers on that promise. The taste and portion are considered decent for the price, and that's all you really need from a budget frozen. There's some variability depending on which flavor you choose, but overall, Irresistibles is consistent. You know what you're getting, and you're not going to be disappointed. Reddit discussions praise it as a surprisingly tasty budget meal, and they're not wrong. For the price, you're getting something reliable and satisfying without breaking the bank. The real kicker is that Irresistible beats out some of the bigger, more expensive brands. It's proof that you don't need to spend a fortune to get a decent frozen dinner. Bottom line, reliable and satisfying. If you're on a budget, this is your go-to. Now we're down to the top 2. Brace yourself. Number 2, M&M Frozen Meal, Canadian brand. M&M Frozen Meals are the hometown favorite everyone forgets, but should try. And that's a shame because they're genuinely good. The flavor is consistent, the ingredient quality is solid, and the portion sizes are generous without being excessive. You're getting a meal that actually tastes like food, not like something that's been sitting in a freezer for 6 months. Here's the thing. M&M has a smaller market presence than brands like Stouffer's or President's Choice, so they're often overlooked. People walk right past them in the frozen aisle because they don't recognize the name. But that's a mistake. Reddit mentions highlight M&M as a hidden gem, and I completely agree. This is a strong contender that beats some of the bigger brands, and it deserves more recognition. If you've never tried an M&M frozen meal, do yourself a favor and pick one up. You won't regret it. Bottom line, M&M is a solid number 2, and it's only beaten by one other frozen dinner on this list. And finally, the frozen dinner that actually delivers on its promise. Number 1, Stapakarine Banquet, Swanson Frozen Meals. If cheap diner food froze itself in time, it actually works here. And that's why Banquet and Swanson are taking the top spot. Here's the thing. These meals aren't trying to be gourmet. They're not pretending to be something they're not. They're straightforward, affordable, and surprisingly solid. The taste and texture are consistent, the pricing is fair, and the quality is stable across flavors. You know what you're getting with Banquet and Swanson, and what you're getting is good. It's comfort food that doesn't disappoint. The kind of meal you grab when you just need something easy, filling, and tasty. Reddit reviews cite it as one of the most consistent budget options in Canada, and that consistency is key. You don't want to gamble with your dinner. You want to know that when you heat up a frozen meal, it's going to taste the way you expect it to taste. Banquet and Swanson deliver on that every single time. And get this, they're often cheaper than the meals that ranked lower on this list. You're paying less and getting more. That's value. Bottom line, the best frozen dinner on this list actually delivers what it promises: convenience, taste, and value. That's why Banquet and Swanson are number one. So there you have it. From the disastrous sogginess of Stauffer's at number 9 to the surprisingly reliable Banquet and Swanson meals at number 1, frozen dinners in Canada are a mixed bag. Some, like PC butter chicken or Factor meals, show that a frozen meal can hit the mark, while others fail to meet even the most basic expectations. The key takeaway? Don't trust the photos on the packaging. Sometimes nostalgia or brand names aren't enough, and sometimes the underdog delivers more than expected. The best frozen dinner is the one that gives you exactly what it promises: convenience, taste, and value. Let me know in the comments which frozen dinner in Canada on this list surprised you the most. And if you want to make smarter fast food choices, subscribe and hit the bell. I'll see you in the next one.